Hi, it's Josephine Beintema, and today I am going to redo a video about newsletters. And the reason I'm redoing this video is because for some reason the other video paused like 2 minutes in, and while the audio kept going, the screen never changed. So there was a glitch in the system. I'm actually going to use Zoom to record this one. So I'm going to share my screen and we are going to talk about newsletters. Okay, so I am in Mailerlite, and in Mailerlite, that's my preferred one because I think you get 1,000 subscribers, right, for free. And then after that it starts charging you monthly. Now with MailerChimp you get 2,000 and then it starts charging you monthly, but the fee is higher, and I just found that when I tried to sign up for MailChimp it didn't let me, so I went with MailerLite. This is one of the last newsletters I sent out. It's been a long time since I sent out a newsletter. I know, my bad. I should be sending out newsletters, but I haven't. So here we go. And this is in, let me just get rid of myself up there. There we go. This is In Pursuit of a Billionaire, and this was the title of the book. Okay, so this kind of shows you that I currently have 1727 subscribers. I have not worked on my email for over half a year, which is probably a bad thing. But anyhow, on this particular email, almost half of them opened it, which is awesome, and almost 10% clicked. So they actually went to a specific link and clicked on it. We had 1.91%, so almost 2% unsubscribed, so 33 people unsubscribed, and that's perfectly okay. If somebody unsubscribes, they're not interested in your stuff, you don't want them on your email list because then you're paying to have them on your email list. So the more who unsubscribe, goodbye. If you're not going to buy my stuff anyway, go ahead, unsubscribe, enjoy yourself with something else. For the ones who are staying, thank you for your loyalty. Spam complaints, 0 spam complaints, which is great because you don't want people to think you're spamming them. Hard bounce and a soft bounce. I'm not really sure about the difference between them, but having low bounces is good, so that's great. So you can tell that most of my people are reading on webmail, which means they're on a computer, not on the mobile. You have different email providers over there. And then these are the top links that people have been clicking on. So you can tell that most of them, yeah, did go out, and purchase the Ramsley book. Other ones went to different ones. They just went to the Amazon, to browse. Another one went to Unlikely Hero just to see what it was about. And then the other ones actually went into a different series, which is my Farm Country series. Got the first book there, Kissing Katie, and then a few of them unsubscribed, which is perfectly fine. So let's go to the email itself. Come on, my little friend. There we go. So the subject was In Pursuit of a Billionaire. I just threw the actual title of my book in there, which was great. If you come over here, okay, we'll take the click mat off for a moment so you can actually see, because if you put it on, it just tells you what percentage of people actually clicked which links here, but it's hard to read everything. So what I did was I actually literally copied my blurb from the back of the book and I put it here with the text. I put a nice little title in. I put the image of the book itself right in here. This is the series. This is book number 8 of the Ramsley Brothers series. I'm currently working on book number 9 and 10. 10 is going to be amazing. It's going to be my wedding book. Yes, I'm literally having a wedding in my series. Then we have the author corner. At that point, I have 2 of my own books in here. So I always try to put one or 2 of my own books in here, and then I'll try to put anywhere from 1 to 3 other books. This is what we do, is we actually trade books with other people. So I will feature them in my newsletter and they will feature me in their newsletter, so that hopefully I can get some clicks. Hopefully they can get some clicks. I don't like to do too many because you don't want to give people too many choices, but you got to give them a little bit. And what I do is I throw in the blurb from the book itself just underneath so that they know what's going on, which is really great. This one really doesn't have much in it. Isn't that sad? Okay, so we're just going to go to another one. You always have to have an unsubscribe link. It's mandatory, and it's a good thing. Like I said, if they're not going to be here, why pay to have them here, right? You don't want to have like 2,000 people just hanging on, and every time you're bumping up to pay more money when you don't need them. This, I believe, was supposed to be a link to my website, but that's okay too. So that was just a quick one. Yeah, so sometimes you can offer a free book. Amazon will let you put your book free for up to 5 days a year. You can put them all in a row. You can separate them. You can do 2 days. You can do 1 day, whatever you want. So is it a year? No, it's not a year. I think it's like a 3-month period, a quarterly thing. Anyhow, double check that. My mind is not good today, so yeah, so if you want to do that, you can always do that. You can throw in new promos, a new series. You can do a super sale where you discount your books. You can let people know about that. Let's see. This one was fun. Court TV, bedbugs, a couple of plans gone wrong. Have you entered the contest yet? So we had over here my little contest. Let's go to the email itself. That one also got a very good opening and click rate. I always figure near 10% is a great click rate. If 10% of my people are clicking, that's awesome. So, have you entered the contest yet? So I put it on Facebook, I put it everywhere, and I was like, shh, spoiler alert, if you haven't read the up to number 6, you don't want to read me on here. But yes, Anne was going to have some itty bitty babies, so everybody could put in their names, and we would figure out which ones we liked the best. She had 3 names for baby girls, sisters to Amy, and daughters of Anne and Michael Ramsley. You had to enter those names in the comments. You had to like, follow, and share the page. And we announced the winner, and they got a book. And then we threw up some other books that had recently gone out and the blurbs underneath. I always like to throw the blurbs underneath because people enjoy reading the blurbs, or I might throw part of like a really funny piece of the book out, so just to catch their attention and grab them. The author's corner again. This time we've got 3 other ones, 3 different ones down here. And that just lets you know, like, little different things that you can put in. You can also throw in stuff like about what's going on in your life. People like to connect with you. They like to know what's going on. They like to think, oh, I know you. I'm, part of your crew. I get to understand what's going on. And, just have a bit of fun with it. And, they get to know a little piece of you, which is great. So if you can tell them something about yourself and you can just chit chat. Oh, this one was a really good one, actually. Got a lot of clicks. A bargain is great, but free is better. Let's get rid of this little click map again. So here we were talking about Kindle Unlimited and how if you just pay the subscription per month, then you can read anything in the Kindle Unlimited library. And then I also had free today on Amazon. I had thrown one of my books out for free, so I put that up there. I had the link there, which was really great. I don't know why it's not showing the full picture, but it's cute. And then I had some author corner. I always put my author corner last so that they know what's going on there. That way they kind of get the meat of your email first, and they get the chance to look at things. And it's just a really easy layout that way, and it's kind of repetitious. It's expected. Yeah, so I like to put up my little, either my about me or about my pet or about a contest that's going on or something that I think that's going to interest them first. I'll have my deal of the day, like, okay, or well, I send out these once a month. So my deal of the month going on is like, oh, free today on Amazon, or this is my newest book and it's just being released, or you can pre-order, or whatever's going on, right? This is the big deal about me and my series. and then I will have maybe something else underneath if something really fun is going on, like, a special holiday or something, and then I throw in my author corner. So it just kind of gives a little ability to see what's going on. That's kind of my formula. I don't make them big. I don't think about it too much. I do a lot of copy and paste. It makes it easy, it makes it quick, and people seem to like it. So over here we had a 56% opening rate. We had a 25 click-through rate, which was great. The hard bounce and the soft bounce, those are emails that come back. We did have one spam complaint. Well, you signed up, you knew that this was what you were going to get. As long as your spam complaints stay low, Mailerlite is okay. We did have some unsubscribes, again, perfectly fine. Goodbye, enjoy what you're doing. I will happily have my people who like to stay. And you can see that a lot of them over unique clicks and then total clicks. So these would be people who clicked it twice. If they're above that number, the unique clicks, they clicked it once. And they all went to go get their free copy of the reverse Cinderella. And then some of them went to go to this person's, which is really cool. So they got 90 clicks out of it. They got 90 sales, which means hopefully I got in return a bunch of sales from them as well. This is her billionaire boss. She got 86 clicks, and the dating the Duke got 49 clicks. So these are the other three authors that I shared newsletters with, and that went for a total of 220 clicks, something like that. 200, yeah, 200, around 220. So they got those clicks, and hopefully I got approximately those number of clicks back. And not all those people are going to buy, but they're going to look at it on Amazon. They're going to look at the blurb. They're going to look at stuff, and they're going to say, hey, that's interesting. And they'll decide whether they want to buy or not. Even if, say, half of them who click through buy from Amazon, that means I might have gotten 110 sales off of doing the newsletter exchange, right? So it's just kind of a numbers game that way. It's always good to share with people in your own genre. So if you're writing clean romance, share with people who write clean romance. They don't necessarily all have to be contemporary. Like I have occasionally thrown in a historical romance in there. If you got Christmas going on, share a Christmas recipe that you enjoy. Your fans will love it. You can do all sorts of different things. Oh, Sweet Valentine was fun. Let's open that one up and see what it's about again. I have a lot of fun emails. And you slowly build up your email list, through Facebook, through different contacts that you get through YouTube, through your social media. You can do it by using programs such as BookFunnel, which is what I did to begin it. I might run another thing through BookFunnel. I do find that you get a lot of unsubscribes using those type of services because people are just in it for the free books. But a lot of other people, they'll get hooked in your series, and that's what they want to do. They want to stay with you for that. So I had a little question here. It was, what was the worst thing that's happened to you on a Valentine's date, or any date for that matter? So I shared a little story there. I asked, I put in a cute little title, Fall in Love with Derek in an Unexpected Office Romance. And we had, here, let me bring myself a little bit smaller. And we had copied and pasted the fabulous image of our book cover, which, I mean, what an awesome designer I have. Look at that beautiful book cover. Thank you so much. Threw in the blurb, which I love the blurb. Derek Kramer lives his life on a schedule, his boss Cynthia's schedule. He works 16 to 20 hours a day with the woman and has to admit that his coworkers might be right when they call him whipped. Cynthia Stone is a prominent lawyer headed for senior partner in the firm. That's the plan, until her sister's death brings 5 nieces and nephews into her life, changing things forever. Now she's got to figure out how to balance her workaholic life with being a mom to these children. Derek thinks it's the funniest thing ever. His dragon of a boss can't cook, clean, do laundry, or get gum out of hair. How's she going to look after these kids? from parenting 101 classes to burnt suppers, the sparks are flying. And then you put a little button underneath saying find it on Amazon. So people who click there will go directly to the Amazon link, which is great. And then we've got Love to Read. This is my little author's corner again. I have put in another little thing, just view Josephine's books on Amazon so they can go see the whole collection right there. Like I said, sometimes I throw my own books in here if I don't have enough swaps. But yeah, you can see right here, we've got Billionaires Cowboy. I'm in the Billionaires fun zone kind of for my Ramsley series, but the Broken Ones, they're not billionaires. They're just regular people doing their thing. Contemporary clean romance with a shot of comedy, sometimes some mystery, depends what's going on. This one looks like a bit more of a suspense. Then we've got this one here. It just depends what you've got going on. And like I said, usually I do 3, sometimes I'll do 4, 5, or 6, just depending what we're going on. Again, the unsubscribe bottom's at the bottom, the unsubscribe button is at the bottom, so that people can opt out if they want to, which is great. And it just depends what you want to do. Like I said, I like to keep them short and sweet. That way people keep reading them and keep enjoying them. Some people go a little bit more. That's perfectly fine. Whatever you feel will connect with your readers, because you want to connect to them as much as possible so that you are establishing a relationship. Because when you establish a relationship with your clientele, they will come back. It breeds a loyalty, which is great. And that is what you want in your fans. You want them to be loyal to you and be, oh, I want to pick up their next book as soon as possible. Okay, here's the tip of the day. So obviously I wrote this out. Cute little, contest thing. This right here. I came up with a title. The image itself for Sweet Valentine, copy paste, no problem, easy peasy, right? This comes from my own files. This is my blurb from the back of my book. Again, copy paste, add in a button, add in a button. Author's corner right here, throw in a little piece here. All of this is cut and paste from Amazon. Make it easy for yourself. So like they send me the link, I go to Amazon, I right click it, and I say save the picture as. I save it in a temporary file. I get rid of it right after I have copy and pasted it. I copy and paste their blurb directly from Amazon. I copy and paste the link from the URL right from Amazon. And that is how I do my author's corner, so that it is easy peasy for me. It takes like, I don't know, it actually takes less time to do this than to set up the shares. And I have a nice little Excel sheets newsletter swaps worksheet. Let's bring that up, because this is a great little thing for you guys to know about too. I've got my dates on the bottom. I have the author name. I have my book title. I have the link to the URL link. Whether I got it, which Facebook group I got it from, when they are reciprocating, and my newsletter link. So everything here is set up. If you look back over here, usually I write everything down. I don't have it all written down, isn't that silly? But see, I'm a really poor bookkeeper. But you can see that I'm sharing with different authors. We have their book title. This way I can keep track of when I shared actually I was releasing weekly. Oh dear, I was doing weekly, not monthly. Boy, I was doing really good. But then it shows, what groups I'm getting it from, when I'm reciprocating, or when they are reciprocating rather, when they plan on putting their newsletter piece out. And then I always message them a link to, which would be right here. There's the preview. So let's just pop that up. So I'd always message them the link to the newsletter so that they would know what was going on, and that, it just verifies that I've sent it out. And I always requested a link in return, so it verified that they sent it out. Ooh, wow, I'm getting blurby. But that way, then, everything's on the up and up. you know that people are sending out their newsletters with you in it, and you are sending out the newsletters with them in it. And it just kind of kept track, because then I could say, hey, you know, so and so, we haven't swapped in a while. Did you want to do another swap? And they'd be like, oh, I got a book coming out in a month. Can we swap then? I'd be like, yes. And we'd write them down, and I would know that it was coming up then. I'd talk to them and say, hey, you remember that swap we were talking about a month ago? I'm setting it out. I'll send you the link. And they'd be like, yes, I will send you my link. And then I would send them the link. They would send me the link, and everything's all sweet. And that's how authors can help each other. You know, if as long as you're in the same sort of genre. I mean, like, I would not switch with horror people, because that's not what my readers are necessarily interested in. I would not swap with, say, people who have political thrillers, or I might do cookbooks. I might. Rarely. You know, see how it goes, but I honestly probably wouldn't, because if their readers are mainly into cookbooks, then they're probably not into sweet, I wouldn't call it sweet, but clean romance. I don't think I'm in the sweet category at all. I'm in the clean romance. There's a difference. And so you want to kind of be in the same area, so that you have the best chance of their readers opening your clicks to get to Amazon to learn about you, and so that their readers also have that same opportunity. So yes, that is how I kind of do my newsletter swaps, so that you can see it's easy peasy. You just have those author names, the book title, the link to the book, which group you got them out of, because there are Facebook groups out there that you can do, or you can say they PM'd me, or you can say, oh, I got them from wherever I got them. This is kind of the source of where you got them. When they are going to reciprocate your share, their newsletter link, so you can, you know, look it up anytime you want, and you can kind of also, you know, check out what they're doing in their newsletters. So if you like something they're doing, you can put that idea into yours. And then my newsletter link, I always pop out at the bottom, so that I know what it is, and I can always go back and say, okay, there it is. So if anybody comes back to me and says, you didn't put me in your newsletter, I can say, no, I've got that link, it's right here. Makes it really super easy. And I just put the tabs with the date on it again. Maybe we'll just show one more for the fun of it. It's been a while. We'll go right to the bottom. See the very first newsletter I sent out, for, you know, giggles. Which should come first, your newsletter or your book? Whatever you're prepared to do first. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Let's take those off. So I threw in a beautiful blurb. The price is there. I don't know why the image should be there, but it's not. That's kind of odd, but that's okay. Yeah, I was having troubles with this. My author pick, I don't know why that one always wanted to go sideways. So I had to switch out my author pick and redo it. I know, technical difficulties, learning the system at that point. That was a long time ago. We have evolved and learned and have more experience. And yes, we'll still evolve and learn and have more experience as we go. And this was just my little thing about it, that how much I enjoyed writing it and why I loved writing it. I think, like I said, some characters really sit with you and you just love them more than the other characters. No offense to the other characters, but Michael's one of my favorites. He really is. He's a nice, quiet guy. He does the right thing. And I kind of went, what happens if you can't speak or write or, you know, do any of that anymore? And I took a condition from a family member and I threw it on him to see what would happen. And poor Michael had a very, very bad day, and then some, because he no longer speaks and he can't write. So he has a hard time communicating what he wants to communicate because of his condition called speech aphasia, which is a real thing. I have a family member who has it. Lots of fun. Lots of fun with those types of people. I mean, it's like a perpetual game of 20 questions for the rest of your life, but it's well worth it. So I really enjoyed exploring that story, and I felt like they both deserved a happy ending, and it was a lot of fun. The first three were done by a very, very lovely cover designer, and then I chose to go with a different cover designer into my next ones, and I just loved Love, 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 love my covers. They're absolutely fun. Get good covers, people. Pro tip number one, get good covers. Get covers that say exactly what is in the book. Like, boom, tell them this is what it is. Yeah. So, really fun doing these sorts of things. Oh, I was gonna say I don't know why that's not, but I do know why that's not in Kindle Unlimited because that's in my, she's my reading magnet. You can get the full story here, or you can read the shortened version on the reading magnet. So yes, all sorts of different covers, all sorts of different things, and yes, you definitely want to bundle your books, promote your book bundles, promote everything you've got. Ooh, Dangerous Life of Josephine Bonaparte. Cool. Anyhow, and look, it's me. I digress. And so at this point, we will leave you with this, and I hope you learned something, and I hope this video worked a lot better. And I think I'm gonna do a lot more videos like this because it's easy and it's actually quite fun. So take care, enjoy yourself, write a beautiful, ooh, stop share. There we go. I found full me again. Wow, I am large. Enjoy writing your newsletters. Enjoy writing them, and don't put too much thought into them. Just send them out to your fan base, and be a little personal with them, and they will love you for it. So we're gonna stop recording now, and have a great day. Don't forget to visit Josephine Beintema.com or see me on Amazon, Facebook. I have a WordPress blog. You can also join me for the new Zoom meetings. Authors Helping Authors. I am moderating those, so you are more than welcome to come by and be part of the Zoom meeting every Thursday, 7 p.m. Standard Eastern Time. I'll throw the link in the comments below, and you can ask your questions, and we'll do some talking, and hopefully get people, talking to each other, bouncing ideas off of each other, learning things. Great stuff. So we'll talk to you later. Bye.